This is a 2014 Jeep Patriot. And oh, what a piece of work this car is. Nothing but problems. Bumper is off the car. I'll tell you in a minute how to remove it if needed. But the reason we've removed the bumper is so we can replace the radiator. There's no way to replace the radiator really without removing the bumper. Keep watching this video and I'll walk you through all the steps that are necessary, starting with removing the bumper. And I'll also give you a link to a nice affordable replacement radiator. The bumper has little tiny bolts with 7mm head that attach it to the wheel well liner. And through the bottom of the bumper you have two holes that have clips in them that come up from the bottom. They're just plastic rivets that you pry off. These light bulb connectors can be a real pain to remove, so it's just easier to twist it out and pull it out of the bumper. Along the top, the bumper bolts in to the cross member all the way across. And I almost forgot to tell you that you need to remove this air intake. Set it aside. Here's a view of the top of the bumper so you can see the outline and how it matches the cross member. Now this portion here can stay bolted in. You don't have to unbolt it. You just remove it all together of one piece, just like this. Now we have this flexible air dam that is just held in with plastic rivets or clips. And we have the top radiator stays, one on each side, here and here, and each one is held by its own bolt. This air dam has what I would call stupid features, like for example, this cable for the hood latch release is threaded through, and also the air dam goes behind the mounting point for the headlight, and this is really ridiculous. I mean, what's the point of this? It's connected the hood latch, as you can see, with just two mounting bolts, and then I've peeled the whole thing back, leaving it behind the headlight. From this vantage point you can sort of see where the radiator is leaking. It's right from this this bizarre. That's just bizarre. I don't know if this is something that happened in a collision or what. The condenser is actually bolted to the radiator. There's a bolt on either side right there. We're going to remove them both. The engine bay side, this AC manifold is also bolted to the radiator, which I would call it once more a feature of stupid design. This wire harness has multiple attachment points on the radiator. You just have to try to reach them and unfasten them. They're a real pain in the rear. Replacement radiator is this TYC brand. I'm going to provide a link to this radiator in the video description. And these are the product details. This is the fan connector, and it has a lock tab on the bottom. And the way you disengage this, because it's very difficult to reach, is you have to take a small screwdriver like this one, and you slip that between the tongue and the housing. I mean right here where I'm pointing with my finger, and you just pry it back a little bit without breaking it, and then this thing will pop out. And there's a second one with the same arrangement on this side. Thank you, Jeep, for making this real pain. I was hoping to be able to do this without opening the AC system. But, however, due to the presence of this manifold here, which is bolted to the radiator, and these hard lines that wrap over the radiator, it's impossible to get the radiator out without the condenser. So fortunately I have an AC recovery machine. The radiator drain valve, or petcock, is down here in the corner between the radiator and the frame. It's kind of difficult to reach, but even better than that, when you do manage to turn it, nothing comes out. By the way, this is kind of a common occurrence that I'm seeing on a lot of these new style radiators with this same style of petcock. With some wiggling, I found a way of getting the radiator out through the bottom without disconnecting the condenser. And the way I did this was I took the radiator off of its bottom supports, those round supports, and just wiggled it and slid it downwards. So look at this mess. It's a wonder that this thing was cooling at all. Is completely clogged up with all kinds of debris. Now the real question is, will I be able to put the new radiator back in this way without damaging it? I might just go ahead and remove the condenser while I'm still ahead. This is my recovery machine doing its thing and sucking out what's left from the AC system. So now I can disconnect the two fittings on the AC, this one and this one right here, and this will give me a lot more wiggle room to get the new radiator back in. And here we go. Even with the condenser disconnected, is still a struggle, but I'm able to get it all in and lined up, and now I can slip the fan shroud down from behind right here and then push it all back into place. The fan shroud is back in place. It slid into side clips. To get these clips off of the old radiator. Two of them are used for bolting the front of the condenser onto the front of the radiator in these two spots. This one down here on the left and this one down here on the right. Third clip, in case you're wondering, is right down there. It's for attaching this AC manifold to the back of the radiator, and by using some very extreme sleight of hand, I was able to slip it back in here, and I was even able to get the bolt started. Things all buttoned up, so I'm refilling the system using this filler funnel, and it's really convenient. And I'll include a link to this. Man, I keep this filler funnel in place to start the engine, and then it'll allow any trapped air pockets to just flow through and flow out. The coolant I'm using is this DexCool compatible coolant. It's orange. This is still spitting out some bubbles from time to time. You just keep it going like this for a few more minutes for more bubbles to come out. And I'm using my vacuum pump to draw a vacuum on the AC system and get it ready to recharge. I'm running the engine to purge out the coolant and recharge the AC at the same time. When this AC suction hose turns cold, that's when I know that I've got just about the right charge in the system. We're at this level, which looks just about right. I've put the regular radiator cap back on. I've capped both AC ports. So this gauge is stabilizing under 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature gauge for the coolant is stabilizing at a little bit less than halfway, which is a good place for it to be. And as soon as the bumper is back on, this puppy is going to be ready to hit the road. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.